Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Hordes of the Underdark. Last episode, we managed to explore the temple and the tower and finally got the last shards we could get. We have 4 of the 5 shards and we know that Sabal has the last. It's time to go into the castle and turn it in. Also, I think I figured out why I was having problems with Nethira actually not fighting when she casts spells. Thing is, there's this spell. I think she might have it. This spell, let me check.
Yes,
if I asked her to cast a spell... No, it's not on there. Huh. I thought she might have the spell Sanctuary, which basically means that if you have Sanctuary cast on yourself, then nobody can attack you or hit you, provided that you don't cast any hostile spells yourself. So, or take any hostile action. But it seems that she doesn't have it, so I don't know why she was bugging out like that. Anyway. Let's see here. Looks like Sabal is actually here.
Between you and Sabal, we now have all the missing pieces of the mirror. At last, this terrible curse of the Avarial will be lifted.
We will settle this with battle, Liam. The Red Sisters will taste your blood. Make the first move, Sabal. You won't be the first Red Sister to fall beneath my blade. When I deliver the mirror to my mistress, I will be sure to tell her of your death, Nethira. She will take extra pleasure in knowing you are no more. The Fool holds up a hand to quell Sabal's attack. The spell of immunity in this room will make killing each other impossible. Though you are both set on battle, I can lift its effects. Isn't there some other way to settle this? Sabal snarls at you. You're nothing but a coward. There is only one way you'll ever get any of the mirror shards from me, over my dead body. It seems a battle is inevitable. But before I lift the spell of protection from you both, there is something you should know. The pillars in this room have powerful magical properties you can use against your enemy. You can use the shards you have recovered to unlock these properties. Whichever one of you has more pieces of the mirror will be able to use more of the pillars to aid you during the battle. Good, let's get this fight started. Wait! I need more time. I need reinforcements. We have to prepare. What's the matter, Sabal? Are you just realizing now that you're in over your head? I'm sorry, but in life we rarely get to pick the time and place of our confrontations. The battle begins now.
The shard will unleash the pillar's magic to destroy.
Looks like she managed to haste a bunch of them. That's not good. Okay, what do we have here? Pillar of Dispelling, Pillar of the Guardian, Pillar of Revival. What are these others? Pillar of Entrapment and Pillar of Mirroring. I like Guardian and Mirroring very much, so if you don't mind, let's use those. Ah, damn it. Okay, let's try Guardian of Pillar of Mirroring. Oh, that's very nice. Revival. Oh, hello. Pillar of Time. Sure, let's use that. I appear to be very badly wounded here. But I can kill the rest of these. Oh, they're all slowed! Haha, that's nice. Hold on, I'd like this again, please. That was actually very nice. Kill the cleric. Now, how about you, Sabal? Are you ready to die? Where the hell is Nathira?
Is it dead yet?
I believe it is. Sabal is dead. Fire giant strength, an unidentified light flail, major electrical resistance, and the mirror shard. Nathira, what the hell? Deacon, please identify. Thank you. Sabal's flail. If Gelnio of the Anvil had created just a few of these powerful artifacts, he might have enjoyed a natural death. Instead, he produced as many as he could, hoping to shift the balance against evil in the world. The problem, of course, is that his efforts eventually drew attention from the very evil the flails were designed to fight, and balance was restored. We've also got Fell to Fire Giant Strength, which is +5 instead of +4. We're definitely taking that. Nathira, you can take the Frost Giant Strength, and you can take the Major Electrical Resistance too, because why not? Okay then. I will rest so that we can regain everything here. Nathira, why were you invisible? Okay, it must be some skill of yours. Some feat. You can cast invisibility. Is that it? Because you're casting regular invisibility, which vanishes if you attack anyone, that must be it! God dang it, Nathira! Anyway.
I hope once Shiori is restored, she leaves the blood here in the throne room to remind her people of the folly of war.
I doubt that'll happen. The fool looks out at the carnage and bodies strewn about the throne room. He shakes his head. But such concerns are not mine. Once I restore the mirror, I will again be nothing more than a dancing fool. So what happens now? Now that the shards have all been collected here in the throne room, I can begin the incantation to repair the mirror. Thank you, Liam Johnson. The Avariel are forever in debt to you.
I bid you greetings.
Shiori stands before you in all her royal glory. The Avariel Queen restored to her former grandeur. At her side is the fool, a vacant smile on his face. She gives you a warm smile.
I must thank you for what you have done. You've restored the mirror and broken the spell that bound us here. My city has been returned to its rightful place among the mountains of the Lost Peaks.
The change in your manner is remarkable, Your Highness. I must admit, it was hard to imagine you as a queen before. The Queen nods. The power of the mirror is not to be taken lightly. You have seen the changes it wrought in me and my kingdom. Soon I must go there to join my people as well. It isn't safe for me here anymore. The spell that protected me from harm once again only functions in the throne room of my castle. But first I wanted to see that you were safe, and to speak with you one last time so that you might know the foul hermit you met before was not my true nature. It was a pleasure to help you, my lady. She gives a soft, lilting laugh. You are too kind. My people consider you earthbound races to be rather uncouth. I must tell them of these fine human manners. What about the fool? What happens to him now? She looks over at the fool, giggling and drooling on the floor. Her eyes are filled with pity. The fool is as he once was, a simple mind, incapable of all but the basest of thoughts. He will never understand the gratitude we all feel towards him. Good food, a comfortable bed. These are the only things he will appreciate now. I will make sure he has only the best. That's it? You're just going to leave him like that? There is nothing else we can do. It was the power of the mirror that gave him his great wisdom, a power far greater than my own. Now that the spell is broken, he is once again as he was before. What are the needs of one man balanced against the needs of an entire kingdom? He made a great sacrifice, but he knew there was no other choice. I hope you can understand that. So is there some reward for helping you? You already have the shattered mirror. A truly powerful artifact. Though I would warn you to use it carefully. I would have thought this would be enough. Very well. I'll be going now. Farewell, kind stranger. We of Ariel are not usually trusting of outsiders, but you will always be welcome should you ever come to our home in the Lost Peaks. Boss! If we visit the Wing Elf, maybe the Wing Elves throw us a big party. Deacon likes parties. They be fun. You think they bake us a cake, boss? Deacon likes cake. Nathira gets a far-off look in her eye. Perhaps when this is all over, we will accept your offer. I would love to see the mountains. As soon as you leave this cave, I will return to my people. Once again, you have my thanks.
Greetings and well met.
The fool grins at you, a grin devoid of intelligence or recognition. He begins to caper and dance before you, seemingly oblivious to his former state of grace. But beneath the vacant expression, you half sense something else. In his eyes, you see a faint glimmer of understanding, and a yearning for what was lost, but not entirely forgotten. A pity. But let us leave. Mirror of All-Seeing. I don't think we need the Merchant's Compass anymore, so I will drop it here.
The town is gone! Imagine the power necessary to make a whole town disappear.
Also known as the Shattered Mirror, the surface of this looking glass is scarred with a crisscrossing network of cracks, and it has obviously been broken and pieced together many times. Peering into the glass reveals a distorted image that seems to shift and change the longer one stares at it. While it is clear the image is not a reflection of the person looking in, the exact details of the scene within the mirror are difficult to fathom. Clairaudience or clairvoyance, ethereal visage, feeble mind, see invisibility, and true seeing. Well, this could be useful. We should bring this back.
Welcome.
Take me back to the Seer's camp. Oh, what's this?
It seems your information is proving worthwhile after all, dread Mephistopheles. The one you warned me of is reported to be within the Underdark now, working alongside the ragtag rebels who yet dare to oppose me.
All is as I said it would be, Matron Mother.
You shall call me Valsharess. I have summoned and bound you, Mephistopheles, and you will bend to my will as you must.
Of course, great Valsharess. What is your desire?
I desire to know how this surfacer arrived in the Underdark so quickly. I desire to know exactly where this surfacer is. And most of all, I desire this surfacer dead.
The one you seek is beyond my sight, great Valsharess.
Beyond your power, Mephistopheles? I would like to know how that is. Continue to search for the surfacer. I will find him. And when I do, both he and every last one of those wretched rebels will pay.
Well, that wasn't ominous at all. Let us go turn in the mirror. Then there's a few things that I think I will have to do before we head back out and go to the Isle of the Maker.
I trust all goes well. Have you any news to report? Have you made any progress in your efforts to weaken the Valsharess and her followers?
Just two things. First, I helped Zesir seize control of House Mavir. Zesir now controls House Mavir. Then I must assume my rune is dead. Why did you do this, Liam? My rune would have betrayed us to the Valsharess. The seer nods reluctantly. Yes, you are probably right. My rune was desperately trying to cling to power. If she had the opportunity to bow before the Valsharess and live, she would. Perhaps your actions here will be for the greater good. I just hope that Zesir shows us more loyalty than she showed her own mother. Have you word of anything else? I have an artifact called the Shattered Mirror. I should warn you, Liam, I know something of this mirror. It is a very powerful but very dangerous item. What do you intend to do with it? I don't know. Can you make use of it? I might be able to, though I would have to be extremely careful with such an item. But I could never ask you to turn such a valuable artifact over to me. If you can use it, then take it. Maybe it will help. The seer's eyes go wide in shock. That is very generous of you, Liam. Thank you. I will try to put it to good advantage. I dare not use it before the coming battle, for I fear to fall victim to its power. But in the days that are to come, it may one day help us to find our way to a better life than this. Have you word of anything else? No, that's all for now. The seer nods slowly. There is still much to be done. You have my thanks for your efforts so far, however. Is there anything else that you require? No, I should go. By completing a part of this story,
Deacon?
I wonder if Deacon and Aethera have anything to say. Seem a bit different from when I first met you. Okay.
Deacon?
Yeah, there's really... Oh, no, I didn't want to reprimand Deacon. That was not what I intended at all.
Deacon?
Deacon had a heart attack. No. About a good Oh, that's when he told the tale of when he met a dragon.
Deacon?
There isn't really anything else. Okay. What about
Yes, is there
Aethera?
some... I suppose we can spend...
No, nothing. Perhaps when we level up again. Alright. Well, we could turn in all this loot. I kind of want to summon the Jinn again. See if he has anything.
Once again, you have summoned me, mortal. What is it you need? You mortals and your curiosity. Halaster was
here's
always
something.
asking me the strangest questions, though
Volcarion.
he was quite mad, of course. I suppose your own inquiries will be much less... insane.
Yes, I have one. Volcarion, can you tell me anything about the Underdark? Only that it's the home of those damnable Drow and other filthy races. I have as little to do with the Underdark's black caverns as possible, mortal. Okay, then. Wait!
Once again, you have
Fine.
summoned...
Let's see if you have anything special in stock. Anything new. Oh, Lather's Last Belt. That's new. Lather was a wizard of little renown who thought himself worthy to test a powerful archmage in a magical duel. Knowing his rival's penchant for death magic, Lather created this special belt to grant himself immunity against such wizardry. The day of the duel came, and the two wizards squared off against each other. The archmage flung nasty fingers of death and invoked powerful power word kills left and right, and all the while Lather laughed. "Do your worst," Lather said, mocking his rival. The archmage frowned. Then, with a clever smile, he snapped his fingers and summoned forth a dire bear, which promptly swallowed poor Lather in just one bite. Immunity to Finger of Death and Power Word Kill. Well, that certainly worked. Oh, wow. He's actually got some more powerful stuff. Ooh. Okay, definitely some interesting stuff. Mirrored Armor, Robes of the Dark Maiden, Robes of Shining Hand, Spell Chain. Drow spell swords often wear this light armor. It is formed of an unusual lightweight metal that makes the armor more flexible. These properties reduce the difficulty for arcane spellcasters to cast spells while wearing these suits. Okay, nice. Fletcher's Friend. There is no doubt this delicate suit of armor is made by the skilled hands of the elves. It is specifically designed to add modest protection to the warriors that have fused the arcane ways of magic with the deadly work of the bowman. Each piece is fashioned to afford protection without suffering any movement required for the art of the bow. Arcane Archer. Nice. Quite a few things. Armor of Faith. Created in a forge blessed by unknown gods to match the resolve shown by the wearer, this armor almost glows with its own light. Worn by zealots and kings, it is a symbol of the righteousness and the bold. Champions of Torms and Paladins, only them. But it's fairly nice armor. Isaac's Sequencer Robe. The fabric of this robe is woven from thin strips of a mysterious material that is capable of storing magical spells. The caster need only cast a defensive spell upon the robe. The robe will then store the spell so that it may be cast at a later time instantly. This robe is capable of storing 3 spells. Handy! Last words. This is the uniform of the Assassin Elite. Only one of very sure of his abilities would even dare to wear such a costume in public. Most will not recognize the mark of a trained and professional killer, but those who do will heed its message. Very good for the sneaky type. Lesser Golem Armor. When Poderick Strind survived his first attack from a golem, he was struck by the thought. If a person could harness the same magical energies that animated a powerful golem and put them on a suit of armor, that person would be a walking death machine. Such a warrior would be better than either a golem or a regular warrior, since he would have the strength and toughness of the golem, but the flexible mind of a man. The design disappeared with Poderick when he went to test his armor in a haunted cavern and never came back. +5 armor bonus, +5 strength bonus, and an immunity to level and ability drain, which is pretty good. Not as good as the Red Dragon. The Gilded Defender. The ring of metal against metal seems to cling to this ornate suit of the very finest armor. Hammered into the most intricate of shapes by the finest dwarven smiths, this armor speaks of the dwarven culture's most honored companions, the Defenders. None shall pass their shield wall, and none shall withstand their charge. Dexterity bonus, but good God! +8 armor bonus? Only dwarves can use it, though. Oh my god, if I was a dwarf, that would be so perfect for me! And Dancer's Silhouette. This armor was created to allow for quiet work while still affording protection against a dagger in the back. Movement in this armor is utterly silent due to the ingenious construction of the joints and links holding the pieces together. Only Shadow Dancers. Not bad. Weapons. Okay, there are definitely unique weapons here. Only a couple, though. Nothing we need, though. Scrolls and potions, got a variety. Magic items. Ring of Scholars, Bone Ring, Purple Dragon Ring? Immunity to poison and gives off light. Ring of the 9 Lives. Uses heal, I guess, a few times. Ring of Protection, Stone Eater... What's a Stone Eater's ring? Stone to Flesh. Okay. Ring of Power, Gold Necklace, Amulet of Undead Turning, a bunch of wands. Okay. And over here... Oh, wow. There's 2 points of it? Lich Lyrics, Lantern of Revealing, Large Box, Bag of Holding, Prayer Bag. Whole bunch of crafting materials and the like. Gems. Huh. There are a few things. Brooch of Shielding, I believe we've seen. Horn of Blasting. Stone of Controlling Earth Elementals. Summon Earth Elemental once a day. Elixir of Horus Ray. When consumed, this elixir allows the imbiber to glow with mystical light that is released as a powerful sunbeam. Okay. Interesting stuff here. Oh, we've also got Goggles, Minute Seeing, and Major Circlet of Blasting. Okay. There's some very good... Nasher's Nimble Boots! Hello! I was right. These boots have a large N carved into their heel, marking them as the property of Lord Nasher. The story of how he came to lose these has never been told to anyone other than his closest confidants. This item is one of 4 other items that once belonged to Lord Nasher. Worn together, their magic grants the wearer additional benefits. We are buying that right now. We are not going to use it now, because the dexterity bonus won't actually help us. But still, that's 2 of the Nasher artifacts that we needed. There's still 2 more somewhere, and I don't remember what they are. At a guess, my guess is that they're a belt and a necklace. We have the ring, and we have the boots. The boots do dexterity. Dexterity doesn't help us because the armor only allows so much. I can't remember. The others might be a belt, it might be a necklace, it might be gauntlets. It might be a cape. It might be a cape or robe. I do not know. I cannot remember. And I can't remember where they're located either, but they have to be somewhere. I'll keep my eyes open. I might actually look up just to know so that I don't miss them. That said, it looks like the money we're getting here, 10 grand, is, I think it's the same as anywhere else. I'll sell all the other stuff here just because it's open. But if it's 10 grand or more, I'll check if it... Not really. Poison arrows. I'll check if anywhere else we might be able to get more. Yeah, a lot of this is actually valuable stuff. Oh, no, didn't mean to do that. Some of this stuff is actually quite valuable. Alright, that's it there. We'll see if anywhere else happens to have the same. Okay, I'm going to drop that in here. I have no idea what Alastair's magnifying glass was meant to be for. It has to have had some purpose to it, but I don't know what it is.
Yes?
Oh! Look at these pathetic Elistray scum. I have no idea why Matron Myroon has thrown our lot in with them. Just ignore them. Elistray teaches us tolerance and acceptance even in the face of hate. Listen to those cowards. There's no way an army full of their type will ever stop the Valsharess. I say we teach these worms a lesson. Nathira steps forward, her eyes flashing dangerously. Tread carefully, Jaluk. The followers of Elistray avoid violence when we can, but we can also fight when pressed. The Drow takes an involuntary step back, then quickly composes himself again. Come on, let's go. I've had enough of the Seer's followers for one day. And we leveled up!
Yes? Do make it quick!
Thank you for helping us. House Mavir insists on provoking fights with us despite our best efforts to avoid them. Had you not stepped in, I'm afraid the situation would have become violent. I'm glad to see you understand the need to remain united against the Valsharess. It's good to know the Seer has put her faith in one so wise. I'm sure.
I greet you.
Well, let's quickly sell these things. Let me see your inventory, and survey says 10 grand is the limit. Alright, sell all these items that we are not going to be using. There we go. And we leveled up again. This will be our level up to level 20 at last. Point in strength, without a doubt. Cannot improve search or persuade, so point in lore, point in discipline, and point in intimidate, just to get it out of the way. Okay. And we have feats. I think, even though I'm not likely to use it... Oh, wait, improved knockdown. Counts as one size category larger when he makes a knockdown attack. That's actually pretty good. You know what? Even we have improved critical longsword. We have the weapon focus for it. Weapon finesse doesn't help. Two-weapon fighting won't help. Point-blank shot. I don't really use the bow, so it's not really useful for me. Improved unarmed strike, weapon efficiency, exhaust. Yeah, none of this is really particularly notable for me, so let's get the improved knockdown. I'm not going to bother with called shot or disarm, so if I need to knock someone down, I can. And with that, we are now level 20. Which, normally in D&D, is the maximum level anyone can reach. Once you reach level 20, that's it. You're not going any farther. However, Hordes of the Underdark is an epic campaign. Hordes of the Underdark...
Do you have a moment? There is something I wish to tell you.
Sure, just let me finish my thought. Hordes of the Underdark is an epic campaign. Hordes of the Underdark. Epic campaigns allow epic levels. We can go up to level 30, and the next 10 levels, we are going to get much stronger. Much stronger. This is going to be very interesting. But anyway, yes, Nathira? There is something you should know about me. I was reluctant to say anything before, as I barely knew you, but now that we are working together, you have a right to know. As you may have heard, I was an assassin before I came to serve the Seer, a common enough profession among the Drow. But I was no ordinary assassin. I served as one of the Red Sisters. The Red Sisters. The Red Sisters is an elite group of assassins sworn to the service of the Valsharess. No wonder you know so much about her. My knowledge of the Valsharess has proven valuable to the Seer and her followers, and for this I am glad. But because of my former allegiance, there are some who still view me with suspicion. I trust you, Nathira. The Drow smiles. Really? I was afraid that when I told you of my past that you might refuse to work for me. You wouldn't be the first. I'm glad we had this discussion, Liam. Now that you know the truth about my past, we can be completely focused on stopping the Valsharess.
Yes, is there
Thank
something?
you.
I suppose we can spare a few moments away from our quest. to
And we
speak.
can actually speak with you
What
now.
do you want to talk about?
Yes, I want to know more about the Red Sisters. There isn't a lot to tell, Liam. We were assassins, plain and simple. What set the Red Sisters apart was our unique and often fatal training methods. So tell me about the training. Those who enter the Red Sisters training are hand-picked by the Valsharess herself. A class of 6 students is selected for training. Only one will survive to completion. Obviously, you were the survivor from your class. I was, though it was hardly a foregone conclusion. If the exercises didn't kill you, there was a good chance one of the other students might. In fact, eliminating the other students was encouraged. Such a highly charged environment ensures that each student performs to the peak of her abilities at all times. It guarantees the survivors the best of the group. I came to the training later than most. Some thought my age would be a disadvantage. They thought I would learn and adapt more slowly than my younger rivals. But I saw my age and experience as an advantage. Before joining the Sisterhood, I had already begun my study into the arts of magic, a distinct advantage over the other students. It's always good to have an edge. Needless to say, the instructors were impressed with my ability to not only use magic, but to use it to my best advantage. Each student in the training was given a name that signified their skills and abilities. My name was Alural Fen. In your tongue it means best wizard. There was only one other student with the skills to pose any threat to me, Velkin Veld, Hidden Blade. Within a few months the others were dead, 2 by her hand, 2 by mine. Velkin and I were constantly trying to kill each other off, but we were both careful and cunning, and we reached the end of the training with both of us still alive. So how did you finally kill her? The night before our graduation, we were told that we would meet each other the next morning in one of the training rooms for a final showdown. The instructors explicitly forbid us from trying to kill each other on that final night. They wanted us to be well rested for the next day's confrontation. But I knew I was no match for her in single combat. She was too quick. I wouldn't even have a chance to use my magic. So that night I slipped out of my room, crept into hers, and slit her throat. But the instructors said that wasn't allowed. So, when the morning came, she was dead. The instructors were angry I had disobeyed them, but they had no other students left alive. They had no choice but to graduate me. You like to play by your own rules, don't you? I do, although I have changed in many ways since I converted to the worship of Elistray. At the time, I was quite proud of myself, but I could never do such terrible things now. She shakes her head, dispelling the memories. Perhaps we should just get back to the task at hand.
Yes, is there something you... I suppose we can...
Well, that's all you have to speak of now.
Deacon?
Deacon, what about you? Nothing new. But I have a feeling that... Yes, this episode's gonna go a little longer. I have a feeling that Valen here will have something to say.
Yes, is there something you need?
I will go back to where we first joined up. Indeed.
How can I
Valen.
assist you?
Will you join me?
I am yours to command.
I want to know more about you. You wish to know more about me, do you? How about we start with you first instead? What do you want to know? Valen frowns and considers his next words carefully. I wish to know. What makes you so special? What do you mean? I speak, of course, of the fact that you have replaced me as the leader of our forces. I have kept us alive for months, and suddenly you appear. He makes a slash with his hand, and it is over. Do you see any forces? What am I in charge of? You may not be directing them at this moment, but when the time comes, I'm certain that the Seer intends to put the lives of our forces in your hands. That is what I worry about. And if I refuse? He studies you carefully. I suppose you could refuse. I would assume that when the time comes, your life will be tied to the outcome of the war, just as ours are. Valen is silent for a long minute, seemingly troubled by his thoughts. The Seer believes what she believes. Her goddess leads, and she follows without question. And this has been enough. So far. You don't believe in her visions. I believe that the seer has visions. I believe it may even be that her goddess sends them. I am a being of the plains, however, and I ascribe no infallibility to gods and goddesses. The seer believes that you will lead us to victory, but nothing is said of what such a victory might cost us. Some costs, I think, are too high. Meaning what? Meaning that the seer assumes that you are here to help us. I make no such assumption. His stare is intense. I have led these people through every danger so far and kept the seer safe throughout. I won't see them betrayed. You think I would betray them? And why not? You've no loyalty to beholden yourself to the Drow or the seer. For all I know, you may see the death of any Drow as a good thing. What do you want from me? My word I won't betray you? He regards you with an arched brow. Would you give it? Yes. He stops and considers for a short while, his eyes watching you with a burning intensity. Finally he continues. I am not asking you to give your word. Too much has been asked of you already. I said I would help you and I intend to do so faithfully. But I intend to watch you as well. I don't trust you, and it is as simple as that. He nods to the path ahead. Don't let me delay us any longer.
I am yours to command.
How do the Drow feel about your leadership? I'm not sure. Those who follow the seer accepted me readily enough for her sake, but the others, they despise any creature who is not Drow themselves. I am no exception. Doesn't that make your job more difficult? It did, for a time. A slight smile plays across Valen's features. I have a way of convincing even Drow that my orders bear listening to. Strangely enough, I do not think my leadership would have been possible were it not for my demonic heritage. As if suddenly realizing his error, he stops short and looks at you warily. You know what a tiefling is? Yes, of course. A tiefling is effectively a half-demon, or half-devil, partially infernal. He nods. He looks troubled. And my demon's blood does not bother you? I judge a man by his actions, not his blood. His smile is slow in response, as if your answer is one he is not accustomed to. Thank you, Liam. I appreciate that. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. The Drow respected the part of me that was infernal, I think. I have a temper that some call frightening, and they did not have to see much of it for word to get around. That gave them respect enough that they didn't resist when I assumed command during our first engagement with the Valsharess. 3 months ago. It feels like forever. It didn't go well. There is no good word for the way Drow commit warfare. It is not two armies in the open field, clashing in the battle of arms. He searches for words. It's as if two great shadows silently meet. A fleet of assassins and dark magic seeking the throat of the opponent. We weren't prepared for that first battle, and the Valsharess outnumbered us in every way. We lost 3 allied houses and the Seer's chosen general before I was able to drag the army into retreat. What happened then? We ran. I kept us together as much as I could, and the Valsharess nipped at our heels until we were out of Drow territory almost entirely. Even in Lithmaya Thar we are not safe. It is a temporary respite until the Valsharess finishes us off, as the Seer told you. That is why we are so desperate. Few have hope as the Seer does. He glances meaningfully at you. I've kept them alive and on the run since that first battle, but only barely. I would truly hate to see them come to harm. With that, he abruptly ends the conversation. And that's all we have to learn from him. Alright, let's get Nathira back.
Is there something else you need from me?
Alright. And that...
Yes, is there something
nothing else to say? No, nothing else to say. That is where I'm going to end this episode, because it's gone on basically long enough. Definitely long enough, in fact. Way long enough. Next episode, we will go to the Isle of the Maker. I think dealing with the golem sounds like a good idea. We may get some help there. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I'm Cheswick44. That is Liam Johnson, Nathira, and Deacon. This has been a Let's Play of Hordes of the Underdark. And I shall see you all next time.